Welcome, everyone. My name is Kara Franker. I'm the president and CEO of Visit Florida Keys and Key West, a destination marketing organization. And we are going to cut through the hype today around AI agents. And we're going to talk about why they actually mean something important for your business. And that could be whether you run a hotel, a dive shop, a charter boat company, a restaurant, or a destination marketing organization like myself. This applies to you either way. And then by the end of this presentation, you'll understand why AI agents are important to figure out right now. And how do we think about them strategically? So this is going to be hopefully part one of a two-part series. Today is the what and why. If you like this presentation and you want part two, that will be the how to use them, but you'll have to shoot me an email so I know that this was valuable to you. All right, so let's start with what matters right now. Over half of global companies are already using some form of conversational AI, and then early adopters of AI agents, the more advanced category, are seeing dramatic productivity gains. And 2026 is widely recognized as the year agents moved from kind of experimental pilots to actual production tools. For tourism specifically, this is critical. We operate in a high volume, service intensive industry. So the businesses that really figure this out and how to use these tools will have a real competitive advantage, not someday, but this year. So what actually is an AI agent? Let me break it down simply. An AI agent is software that can perform tasks on your behalf autonomously. The key distinction is between a chatbot and an agent. So a chatbot is reactive. You ask it something, it answers. An agent is proactive. You give it a goal and it figures out how to achieve it. It plans the steps, uses different tools, remembers what happened before, and works independently toward the outcome. So you want to think of the difference this way. A chatbot will let you or will tell you how to check the weather. An agent will check the weather for you, see it's going to rain, and then recommend you move your outdoor event inside. That's all without you asking. So what makes an AI agent actually work? Three core capabilities. First is memory and context. So unlike a basic chatbot that forgets everything in between conversations, an agent remembers your past interactions, your business data, your preferences. It builds on previous work like a team member who actually paid attention in the last meeting. So second is tool integration. This is the game changer. Agents can connect to your booking system, your CRM, your email, your analytics platform, and actually take actions. Not just recommend actions, but do them. And then third is multi-step reasoning. So an agent can break a complex task into steps and work through them methodically. If something unexpected comes up, it adapts instead of crashing. So I think this is the most important slide in this presentation. AI agents are not about replacing people. They're about partnership. So the winning model is clear. Humans handle judgment, strategy, creativity, relationships, brand, and then the agents handle the execution. That could be data processing, tasks that you can repeat, monitoring, drafting, pattern recognition, that kind of thing. And so as one AI industry leader put it, use humans for judgment and agents for execution. In tourism, think about it this way. You still decide which markets to target, what your brand story is, and how to handle a VIP guest complaint. But the agent can compile the market research, draft the initial campaign content, and monitor review sites 24/7 so that nothing slips through the cracks. So where are agents delivering real value right now in 2026? It's four main areas. Research and data compilation. So agents can pull in information from multiple sources, organize it, and then present it in useful formats without any kind of cognitive fatigue that us humans experience. And then background task management. Agents can work while you sleep. They can do content repurposing, lead enrichment, review monitoring. That can all happen overnight. And then pattern recognition. So they can spot trends in your booking data, reviews, competitor activity, and market signals faster than any person could do that. And then routine communications, and of course, like drafting responses, personalizing outreach, handling common inquiries, and doing it with consistency. Notice that all four have in common, they're all high volume, repetitive, and don't require deep creative judgment. And that's really the sweet spot. So let's make this real with a tourism example. So a guest asks about snorkeling options. And today that might sit in an email inbox for hours. With an AI agent, here's what happens. So step one, the guest asks via text, chat, email. Step two, the agent checks weather conditions, tide schedules, and operator availability in real time. Step three, it recommends the best option and sends a booking link immediately. And then step four, the next day it follows up with photos from the trip. Ask for a review and then suggest a sunset sail. Your front desk staff doesn't disappear. They focus on the guest standing in front of them, the complex complaints, the VIP touches, that sort of thing. And then the agent handles the 2 a.m. inquiries and the high volume routine questions. Here's another use case that's incredibly relevant, and it has to do with marketing and content. On the left, what an agent can handle today is monitoring competitor campaigns, drafting social posts from your event photos, repurposing a single blog post into 8 different formats, compiling analytics, generating SEO descriptions, personalizing emails by segment, and then on the right, what still needs a human. And so that's your brand voice, campaign strategy, relationship-driven partnerships like the ones we build with luxury brands, crisis communications, creative approvals, and the community trust that only comes from real human relationships. And the takeaway here is that agents can probably handle maybe 60 to 70% of the production work in your marketing operation. And this frees your team to focus on the strategic 30% that actually drives differentiation. So beyond guest experience and marketing, agents are transforming day-to-day operations. So they can review monitoring, tracking every TripAdvisor, Google, and Yelp review across your properties, flagging issues instantly, identifying sentiment trends, even drafting responses. Revenue insights is another big one. So compiling booking data, occupancy rates, and market trends into daily briefings without anyone touching a spreadsheet. How about staff support? Answering employee questions from your standard operating procedures and training docs, helping onboard new hires faster, vendor management, compliance, and reporting is another big one. So, whether that's partner communications, all areas where agents excel at that repetitive data work so your team can focus on relationships and decisions. And then for a small tourism business or a large one, this is like adding 2 or 3 support staff without all the payroll. So how do you decide where to start? Use the precision framework on the left, where low precision tasks are about 90% accuracy is acceptable and errors have minimal consequences. So that's content drafting, research, review monitoring, internal reports, social scheduling for your social media. These are your starting points. And then on the right, those high precision tasks that need near perfect accuracy. So financial transactions, legal language, safety communications, regulatory filings, crisis response. These should remain human-led, though agents can assist. The simple test: what's the cost of an error? If a mistake means you adjust and move on, it's a great candidate for an agent. If a mistake means a lawsuit or a safety incident or some sort of compliance violation, keep a human in charge. So now let me save you some pain by covering the most common mistakes. First, automating too much too fast. So someone gets excited, tries to automate their entire email marketing, guest communications, and review management all at once. It breaks. So start with one process and get it reliable, then expand. And then second, unrealistic expectations. So agents are powerful but imperfect. If you're waiting for one that's 100% accurate, you'll be waiting forever and your competitors won't be. And then third, ignoring data quality. Your agent is only as good as the data it can access. If your booking records are messy, your CRM isn't updated, your standard operating procedures live in someone's head, you're gonna have to fix those things first. And then fourth, skipping the human loop is a big no-no. Agents need human checkpoints built in. And so design the review protocol before deployment, not after something goes wrong. So here's the competitive reality. The adoption gap is real, it's widening. About 15% of businesses are actively using AI agents right now. Another 35% are exploring, and then fully half haven't started. So in tourism, the gap is even wider. Most operators are still running everything manually, and that's not a problem, that's your opportunity. So small teams using agents are already outperforming larger competitors who haven't adopted them. So a 3-person team with good agent workflows can produce the output of a 10-person team without them. And that's not theoretical, that's actually happening right now. So the shift changes what skills matter most for your team. The role is evolving from doer to orchestrator, and then these are the 6 skills that you should develop. So agent literacy, everyone needs a baseline understanding of what agents can and can't do. You need clear direction. The better you are at giving instructions, the better the output. This is a real learnable skill. And then output evaluation. That's critical thinking, and it becomes more important, not less, because you're reviewing agent work. Systems thinking, that's moving from automating individual tasks to designing entire agent workflows. Strategic judgment, that's the uniquely human skills of decision-making, creativity, and vision. And comfort with imperfection. The winners will be people who learn to work with imperfect agents, not people waiting for the perfect ones. This isn't about replacing your team, it's about upgrading their capabilities. So let me paint the picture of what this means for your business specifically. Without agents, your staff is stretched across too many tasks. Guest inquiries could sit in the queue. Reports take hours to compile. Your marketing is reactive. Communications are inconsistent, and you're only checking competitors when you remember to. With agents, your staff focuses on high value work, like the relationships, creative strategy, problem solving. Guests have instant responses 24/7. You get daily performance briefings automatically. Your marketing is proactive and data driven. Your brand voice is consistent at scale, and you have continuous market intelligence without lifting a finger. This isn't about technology for technology's sake, it's about running a better business. So here are 5 concrete steps you can take starting this week. 1, audit your repetitive tasks. Sit down and list every task your team does weekly that follows a pattern. That list is your automation inventory. 2, clean your data. Make sure your CRM is updated, your SOPs are documented and accessible, and anything that's on paper or in someone's head gets digitized. Agents need good data to work. 3, pick one low-risk starting point. So a repetitive high-volume task where 90% accuracy is fine. And then maybe it's review monitoring or social media post drafting or compiling weekly reports. Get it working reliably before you expand. And then 4, build agent literacy on your team. Not everyone needs to build agents, but everyone needs to understand what they can do. And then 5, design the human checkpoints. So before you deploy anything at all, decide where a human reviews, approves, or refines the output. Build that safety net first. All right, so let me leave you with 5 key takeaways. 1, AI agents are digital team members that work autonomously toward goals, and they're fundamentally different from chatbots. So now you know the difference. 2, the winning model is partnership. Humans lead on strategy and judgment. Agents handle the execution. 3, start with low precision, high volume tasks where 90% accuracy is acceptable. And then 4, Clean data and clear instructions are the foundation. Fix those before you worry about which tool to even begin to try to use. And then 5, the adoption gap is real and it is your competitive advantage, but it's not going to last forever as more businesses catch on. So the businesses that start building this capability now will absolutely have a head start. And that's why I'm putting this presentation together for you. So here's the deal. The future of work isn't humans versus AI. It's humans and AI together. Each has their unique strengths. And then you bring the judgment, you bring the creativity and the relationships, the local knowledge that makes like my destination, the Florida Keys, or wherever you operate, that much of a special place. And then agents bring the tireless execution, the data processing, the consistency at scale. And then together, that's a very powerful combination. So if you found this presentation helpful, let me know if you like it. If you want a part 2, where we can cover how to put this into action next, let me know. Drop me a line, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.